Wanakula ile kawa tungu, tea, black tea. And people are sitting here supervising corruption. How will this economy ever grow? So I still maintain that it is possible to get rid of corruption and this economy will grow like where Kibaki and I left it. We are later joined by Prime Minister Raila ODINGA. And Kenyans will remember that is the time when our GDP growth actually hit 7%. Now I want to conclude. I hope I've tried to respond. I would want to get professional advice from you. I've always dreamed of Dubai in Kenya, not necessarily Dubai. And Mombasa can be a free port. That's how we'll now incrementally, we will grow this economy exponentially. This economy will take off. But because of corruption, I'll give you another example. President Paul Kagame decided to give 49% shares to Qatar Airways. Qatar Airways had come wanting to do the same with Kenya Airways, but you show our 10%, our 20%. So Qatar migrated to Kigali. Kigali is about to launch one of the best international airports in the African continent. JKIA supposed to be leased to Andani. Corruption, Shah, Shi, Andani. We must talk openly as Kenyans. So this is where we are, the state of a nation with regard to corruption. Imagine if Qatar Airways had bought the 49 shares in Kenya Airways. If I was William Ruto, I'd give him free advice because I think Kenya is in good standing with the Emirates. Perhaps try and convince the Emirates to do what Qatar has done in Rwanda. Perhaps our international airport will regain its name. Do you know that any Kenyan arriving from anywhere in the world, and there are many in the diaspora, wakiingia pale JKI, mizigo inawakwa XXXX, that means unalipa huyu customs pesa nyingi zaidi. Wengine wamenulia tu relatives leso moja or something. You have to pay ushuru even on that. This is an ushuru land. You pay through your nose. I think Kenyans are now the wiser. So I think I've tried to address that, Catherine. And public debt, of course, madam, you didn't give us your name, but this public debt, remember when William Ruto came to power, he said there was going no external borrowing, nothing. William Ruto goes to America, is given the highest honor by President Joe Biden. Kenya is made a non-NATO ally, which I openly objected to, because that's my forte. Our foreign policy orientation has always been that we are positively non-aligned. We are friends to all, because we are still young economy, and we want to grow. But you take size now, you are put on the arm's length, because our Shabab and others, instead of hitting us like they hit us in 1998, remember Dar es Salaam and Nairobi bomb blast? They were hitting Americans, now they'll be hitting Kenyans, because we are aligned. Because of it, our men were taken to Haiti. There's a family in Kiambu still crying for the remains of their loved one. A thing which did not go under the UN Security Council arrangement. It was a deal cut between Kenya and the United States. But what does William Ruto do after that? Agenda item number 5, when a ranking Chinese delegation came to Kenya, and William Ruto said, please China, help Kenya become a member of BRICS. Now from being an aligned nation to a member of BRICS, these are serious matters. Of course, as a sovereign nation, it is our duty to accept to join any bloc without let or hindrance. But don't play games with them. Be honest. The People's Republic of China has helped this economy significantly. And no country, including the United States, can do without China. This is why Donald Trump himself has had to discuss this tariff regime with the People's Republic. Nobody can, but be consistent. Go for non-active, non-alignment. I pity my brother, Wycliffe Musalia, fumbling and not knowing exactly what to do. So the public debt is still an issue. It is growing. I think it's now in trillions. If you use money to develop your economy, develop your infrastructure, do the right thing, minus corruption, nobody will really worry so much about public debt. But if we take over, President Xi Jinping, the leader of the People's Republic, I'm sure will look favorably at those commitments that can help reduce our level of public debt. So I think I've tried to cover those things, and if there's one that is probably not dealt with, I think Finance Bill 2025, our friend from Kajiado, you know, that's why CS Badi should have come here and try to explain and get concurrence from this very authoritative